So this is the thing. Hashtag mammoth power. Casual 6/6 double strike NBD. Woof. Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch Hello Good Game. Today we're playing Gruul Aggro, which reached a top mythic rank of 323 by Lanner. Congratulations on the top 400 mythic rank. That is no joke and quite an accomplishment. Thank you also for the deck. Today we'll be breaking down this Gruul Aggro deck in its entirety, talking about each individual card, the strengths, the weaknesses, why it was chosen to be included in the deck. Next, we'll visit the strategy and synergy of the deck, what's your overall game plan, and the steps you'll take to accomplish it. Moving on, we have our gameplay footage breaking down all of the playlines and interactions between Gruul Aggro and the rest of the post-Uro ban meta. Finally, we have my closing thoughts. This deck revolves around Ashaya, Soul of the Wild, which creates all of your creatures into land, which when it does so will re-trigger all of your landfall effects based on how many creatures you have on the field, and whenever you play a creature, it will also trigger your landfall effect. So this is a landfall Gruul deck using Ashaya, Soul of the Wild to go absolutely explosive off of cards like Akoum Hellhound and Brushfire Elemental, Kazandu Mammoth, just to name a few. Of course, we've got classic Gruul worked in there as well. Let's get right into the deck list. We have Akoum Hellhound. This is a 0/1 with landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, Akoum Hellhound gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Spikefield Hazard / Spikefield Cave. This is an MDFC, a module face card. On one side, Spikefield Cave enters the battlefield tapped. We can tap it to add a red color to our pool, and on the opposing side at instant speed, Spikefield Hazard deals 1 damage to any target. If a permanent dealt damage this way would die this turn, exile it instead. In for our first 2 drops, we have another MDFC or a Bolt Land. This does 3 damage to us unless it comes in tapped. If we want it untapped, that's when we take the damage, aka the Bolt Land. And on the opposing side is Shatterskull Smashing for 2+X, so a scaling spell at sorcery speed. Shatterskull Smashing deals X damage divided as you choose among up to 2 target creatures and or planeswalkers. If X is 6 or more, Shatterskull will deal twice X damage divided as you choose among them instead. So that is quite neat, and massive removal on up to 2 creatures or planeswalkers for 1 spell is always good value. 4 copies of Brushfire Elemental, a 1/1 with haste. It cannot be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. It has landfall. When a land enters the battlefield, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn, similar to Akoum Hellhound. 4 copies of Robber of the Rich, reach and haste 2/2, and whenever it attacks, if defending player has more cards in their hand than you, exile the top card of their library. During any turn you attacked with a rogue, you may cast that card and spend mana as though it were any color to cast that spell. You know, Robber is just an amazing creature. It's got reach, it's got haste, and it can offset or disrupt your opponent's playlines. We also have Stomp for 2. Instant speed adventure. Damage can't be prevented this turn. Stomp deals 2 damage to any target, and this is tagged to Bonecrusher Giant, our first 3 drop, a 4/3, and whenever Bonecrusher Giant becomes the target of a spell, Bonecrusher will deal 2 damage to that spell's controller. A single copy of Kazuul's Fury / Kazuul's Clift, another MDFC, entering tapped, adding a red to our pool. Instant speed on the opposing side, sacrificing a creature as an additional cost to cast this spell, dealing damage equal to the sacrificed creature's power to any target. Kazandu Mammoth / Kazandu Valley. This is the other MDFC here, coming in tapped, adding a green to our pool. A 3/3 with landfall on the opposing side, getting +2/+2 whenever a land is played into the battlefield. Radha, Heart of Keld, a 3/3, and as long as it's your turn, it has first strike. You may also look at the top card of your library anytime, and you may play lands from the top of your library. She's absolutely an amazing card. Whenever you can play lands from your library instead of your hand, you're gaining virtual card advantage. We can also pay 6. Radha gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of lands you control. Into our 4 drops, 4 copies of Questing Beast, 4/4 Vigilance, Death Touch, Haste, can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less, similar to the Brushfire Elemental. Combat damage that would be dealt by creatures you control cannot be prevented, which is actually quite nice. Whenever Questing Beast deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to Planeswalker that player controls. You know, that used to be a lot more relevant. We don't see as many Planeswalkers anymore, but if we didn't have Questing Beast, maybe we would. We have 4 copies of Gemrazer, a 4/4 with reach and trample, mutate for 3. Whenever this creature mutates, destroy target artifact or enchantment and opponent controls. That speaks for itself, I think. And of course, like we aforementioned, 2 copies of Ashaya, Soul of the Wild for 5. power and toughness are equal to the number of lands you control, which will include the creatures, because non-token creatures you control are forest lands in addition to their other types. They're still affected by summoning sickness though. So her power, or its power I should say, is equal to the number of lands you control plus a number of creatures, because your non-token creatures will be forests. For 7, we have Turntimber Symbiosis, or Turntimber Symbiosis, I should say. We can, you know, look at the top 7 cards of our library, put a creature card from among them into the battlefield. If it was 3 or less converted mana cost, it enters with 3 additional +1/+1 counters on it. The rest go on the bottom of the library in random order. It's not great value for 7, but it is better than pulling a land when you're top decking, but hopefully we never get to 7. This deck can get to 7 because of Ashaya, making all of our creatures land, so you know it does become more viable. And of course, because it is a bolt land on the opposing side, it deals 3 damage to us. If we don't have that 3 damage dealt, it will enter tapped. We've got 4 copies of Embercleave for 6 with flash, 1 less to cast for each attacking creature. Woo! Whenever it enters the battlefield, attach it to a target creature you control. An equipped creature gets +1/+1, has double strike and trample. These spells are accompanied by 3 mountains, 3 forests, 4 Cragcrown Pathways, and 4 Fabled Passages. So the land total is very low, right? A lot of our land exists in MDFC, within the Symbiosis, within the Mammoth, within the Smashing, you know, within Kazuul's Fury, within Spikefield Hazard, right? So most of our land in the deck is actually MDFC styled land, which is actually pretty cool. So that's the general deck list, and we also have a sideboard today because we're playing traditional. It consists of 4 copies of Red Cat Melee, instant speed for 1, dealing 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If it's a non-red permanent, we have to sacrifice the land. 4 copies of Thundering Rebuke for 2 sorcery speed, dealing 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. 4 copies of Garruk's Harbinger, a 4/3 with hexproof from black, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, look at that many cards from the top of your library and you may reveal a creature card or a Garruk planeswalker card from among them, putting it into your hand, the rest on the bottom in random order. 1 copy of the Akoum War. This is an enchantment saga. On the upkeep that it's played, or not the upkeep that it's played, but when it enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature as long as you have the Akoum of War on the battlefield. On the following upkeep, until your next turn, creatures your opponent control attack each combat if able. And then on the following, or the third upkeep, each tapped creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. We got to close out here. I'm having struggles. We also have 3 copies of the Ox of Agonas. This is a 5-drop 4/2. When it enters the battlefield, discard your hand and then draw 3 cards. The escape cost here is 2, which is quite cheap, exiling 8 other cards from your graveyard. So we're going to talk about that in a second. The Ox escapes with a +1/+1 counter on it. Typically, the Ox is not good. It's hard to exile 8 cards from your graveyard. Drawing 3 cards when you discard 0 is great, but there's a lot of rogues in play, right? We got a lot of mill going on. We got crabs, we got rogues. You could drop this Ox, get it removed, and redrop it right away, right? And it will be a 5/3 that again draws you more cards, which is neat. So I like the Ox in those mill matchups. The Akoum of War, if they drop anything that you can't deal with, obviously we don't have any fight effects in here. So if there's a Baneslayer Angel, something like this, you got to grab it. The Harbinger, you know, if they're using black source removal, this is the option for that. Thundering Rebuke, you know, if you're removing any creatures, that's your go-to, or planeswalkers. And for Omnath or any red matchups, Red Cat Melee will get the job done there. So let's talk about the strategy and synergy now that we've gone over the deck list. Go wide, smash, build into your Ashaya Soul Wild, and win the game. Sounds easier said than done, but when I talk about going wide, we're talking about a turn 1 Hellhound, we're talking about a turn 2 Brushfire Elemental, and we're talking about a turn 3 Mammoth, and then ideally, we're talking about a turn 4 Embercleave. If we can do this, it's lethal, straight up. The Hellhound is great, you know, it gets +2/+2, and if we can drop more specifically for our 4th land, a Fabled Passage, right? We're gonna have a Hellhound in play that attacks the turn before for 2. We're gonna have a Brushfire in play that attacked the turn before for 1, right? So we're sitting at 3, and then on the 3rd turn we attacked for an additional 2, so we go up to 5, and then an additional 3, so we go up to 8. And then on the following turn, we double crack a passage. We've already done 8 damage. We have 12 more to do. I need to do this math. And we double crack, so we get +4, so we're doing 4 there. We're getting +4 here, so we're doing 5 here, which is 9. And then we get another +4, which takes us to 7, which in turn is then 16 damage. We've already done 8. That's lethal if there's no blockers. The mana is 4 on the field, 3 attackers. That gives us the ability to not only cast Embercleave, but we could even potentially use a Spikefield Hazard for an additional damage, right? So, you know, in that 4th turn, we're hitting for like, you know, potentially 20 some damage. It's absolutely crazy. The Mammoth is a 7/7. You put Embercleave onto it, it goes to an 8/8 with double strike and trample. You know, there's 16 damage coming from this. There's 5 coming from this, so we're at 21, and then another 4 from our Hellhound. So 25 damage on turn 4 with the landfall triggers. And that's without the top end. That's without Questing Beast coming in. That's without Ashaya, Soul of the Wild on our turn 5. If that 25 damage doesn't kill him, you know, we're gonna drop this, all of those things, re-trigger the landfalls on each other. GG RIP. So this is a very powerful deck. That's your overall strategy. That's gonna be the main route that you're gonna try to stick to. You know, curbing out Hellhound, Elemental, Mammoth, Embercleave, Ashaya. That's your turn 1 through turn 5. We also have great things in here, like the Bonecrusher Giant, like the Robber, Heart of Keld, the Questing Beast, Gemrazer. There's so many other good things in here that are just kind of filler. So I wanted to make it apparent of your main goal within the deck. And then, of course, you know, you deal with what your opponent does. You work around it. You try to get as close to that path as possible. The Spikefield kills the Cobra. Bonecrusher Giant kills the Cobra. You know, Gemrazer blocks the rogues. Robber of the Rich might not block the rogues. He's pretty weak, but it still can disrupt their play. And that's basically it. Melee is for Omnath. Rebuke could be for Omnath as well. Harbinger against black removal, against anything that you can't deal with, like a Baneslayer, and against any mill deck for the Ox. So that is the deck list and deck strategy. We accidentally dropped a passage there. Let me add that back. And yeah, with that being said, we're going to get into today's gameplay footage. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share to a friend, hit that bell icon so you're notified of our future uploads. We have 500,000 gem giveaway going on within the Discord, monthly cash prize, free entry tournaments as well, Brawl and Artisan, focused around building beginner collections for you guys. So check out the community. You know, we're live on Twitch every morning. We're also live on YouTube every morning. YouTube at 6, Twitch at 7, and then back on YouTube at 6 p.m. All times are Mountain Standard if you don't want to do the conversions. Linktree link in the description below. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on YouTube. You know, join the Discord, and you'll never have to worry really about the schedule. You're going to be notified of it on a regular basis. We've got some once in a lifetime news for you guys today, so don't forget to watch to the end. We're going to reveal it then. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in a few minutes. The land here looks pretty bad. We're recording. We had a really good match set up, and you know, just the worst possible thing happened to us. Power died. We lost you know, 2 ranks because of it. It's fine. We're still in Diamond 2, but we definitely want to get after it, if you know what I mean. So we have this to probably use on the you know, the Snick on the opposing board state. So it sucks. We can play one of these. This we definitely want to be a forest. We probably should have went and tapped with the Fury and just waited a turn. They're opening this up as our 4th land, right? So let's just you know, do that now. There's no turn 2. We can hold up our Spikefield now. And then if not, you know, we have a forest or a green next turn and then a forest the turn after. Let's buff up. We don't have enough to mutate, right? We need that secondary forest. We can hit for 2, sure. And then we're just in with our beasts. So they'll drop a land on top of this, make it 2/2. It's good. It's a hard call. And we do take the forest still. I think we just maybe snag it. Down to 12. Oh my gosh. Wow. Right, let's just buff up. Still a good hit. There should be a double block, but maybe not. Maybe they just take it. Nice, clearing the field again, and we got rid of a retreat, which is pretty cool. We have a beast, right? That's pretty nice. 2 of our passages gone, though. That's pretty lucky. Hopefully we can pull a third. Oh, nice. This is the Cobra we were talking about. Keeps our attacking lane open here. They play lands. Yeah, bummer. Okay. 2 2/2s. Neither of which can block our beast. They'll double block. But that's good. That keeps, you know, them off the field and becoming 3/3s next turn. Right? That's what we don't want, because once they're 3/3s, they can block the questing beast, and that's no bueno. Losing our trample sucks, yep. For sure. Oh no. It has to block questing beast. We get to draw off the top. It's a land. We hit for 2. Let's get Bonecrusher in play. Hopefully there's no land here. Or maybe that's all they have is a single land. That would be not bad. Wow. A Cobra into 2 Fabled Passages. Uh-oh. They can play an additional land this turn. They can play both of those passages. I'm pretty positive. Wow. Sickening. None of these creatures can block our beast. I hope they just go wide the whole time. Right? Making more 2/2s always. Just don't make them 3/3s. Just 2/2s, more 2/2s. Oh my gosh. We do have just general Bonecrusher Giants in the deck. Like, there's a 6.67% chance we can just draw and crack them in the mouth. You know what I mean? What do they do with all this mana, though? And hopefully just, you know, a bunch more 2/2s. 4 more 2/2s. Nope. They're not 2/2s anymore. Now we really do need a Bonecrusher Giant. Uh-oh. And we need it the very next turn. I got Vigi. And Haste. And El Trampolino. Wow. That's just like super duper good game, right? 6 times 3 is what, 18. Just nice. Very interesting. So we don't even get the chance to top deck, right? Just hashtag bummer. Huh. Interesting. I think we're pretty tuned for the engagement. I don't know if we need to change anything. I mean, we could take the melee just for Omnaths, right? They did have it. This might be our only way to kill Omnath. They dropped a lot of other stuff though, which was annoying. It's these retreats that screwed us. Let's take the melee. We should just kill Omnath, right? And as far as what we're dropping, oh god. Let's drop a cleave. We should be dropping our Bonecrusher Giant, but it's just still so good against the snake. It didn't look like they were so focused on it. It looked like they were more focused on the retreat. We'll drop one beast. I can't do it. We'll just take 2 red caps. Playing first. It's not fast enough. Keep the land just so we can curve into the beast. We can stomp on the snake. There's the land. If it's not a snake, that's fine. But if it is, we're covered. Ooh, that's interesting. Still keeping our giant up to crush the snake. It's there, just hiding. Yeah, see, senors. Bleep bloop, blop. Snag it before he grabs the second mana. Could enable a counter, potentially. Let's just get it out there. It's got summoning sickness. And we knew there was removal. We had to try to fish it out of their hand, yeah. Ooh. Down to 12. 4 cards in hand, draw to 5. Avoiding removal? No. 2 copies in hand. That's a thing. Alright. We'll obviously throw the rubber in, attack with it, take a card off their top. Interesting. It kind of makes me want to go to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thank you for that Twitch Prime, RCB Balleria01. I really appreciate that. They pull their own ultimatum, right? If we draw land, we get to play theirs. Oh, no, we don't, because they just nuked our rogue. Shoot. That's not pleasant. They have the land for theirs. They need one island, and they've got it. They don't find it, so they throw in again. They get a Cobra, and they get passages. So they could play a Cobra, a Passage. Oh. Okay. Interesting. Wow. We have lethal next turn, I believe. Right, we go to 14, and that's without a land. Sorry, not 14. It'd be 16. Yep. They don't want to lose certain things, and that is gonna bring us into game number 3. Let's go. We get it though. I think our sideboard options were pretty legit. That 4 damage hurts. So we need to go wide with this almost somehow. The mutate kind of sucks. But at the end of the day, if it's how we're destroying that, not the worst. And what did they have? Anything new? Not really this dumb thing. We're talking about taking Omnath for 1, but why don't we just take anything for 2? Not instant speed, but are we holding up instant speed mana lots? We didn't even see Omnath that match. So let's do our best here. They go first, not good. And our land is trashy. Man, how hard is it to get just decent land here? And we end up with 0 land? What in the world? Keeping 5, tossing just both cleaves, I guess. That's a good start. Get in there with the forests, baby. That actually doesn't work. Actually, it does. This is our forest. We crack a mountain. And then we have 2 forests, hopefully if we draw our 4th land. We also need a Bonecrusher off the top. There was, but I think we had to shuffle, yeah. Oof. Oof. If we can have our landfall creatures survive, if we can get them in play, have them survive. Ugh. Annoying. Just on principle, I would love for the landfall triggers to go crazy, but without the land to get there, you know, it's no good anyways. Gross. It's a 2/2 for sure. Land for Omnath. Evolving Wilds can be cracked again as well, if they wanted. Pull up the Stomper, go right in with the Beast. It's a hard call. Let's just go with the Beast. They could crack the land, kill the Elemental, so we're just gonna leave it. It was either that or we Bonecrush the Giant when they tried to make it a 3-3, but then did we want to Bonecrush a token that's just gonna keep remaking itself, or should we have just thrown it on the snake? Right, so I didn't want to do anything other than put it on the snake. Oh, gross. Passage too. Four free mana here. Takes them to 5 total. 6 actually, because the passage comes in untapped. Oh gosh. Plus they all get a token. That's game. And they just straight up kill the beast. You dog. They've got Vigilance. Game. Omnath can just finish it out with his abilities. There's no need to hang out. Still good. It's still good. Alright, take 2. Let's try that again. Hey, the land looks friendly. Doesn't it ever? I would love to get the Mammoth out as the Mammoth this game. I wonder if we'll be afforded that. I don't want to jinx it, right? I had to stop, cut it short. Yeah, we just played against Omnath. I used to say Omnath subconsciously until enough people barked at me. But I like that. Omnath takes it one step further than my degeneracy, and that would actually make sense because it needs to be nerfed. This is an engaging match. Really looking forward to playing the rest of it out. Let's let our opponent log into the stream here. Little did they know, it's in 420 quality, not 480, of course not. We gotta take it down a couple. That's specialty stream. And they won't be able to tell what we're doing regardless. Yeah, another rental mythic. Maybe this is just free wins. Let's give them a hello, good game. Just maybe do a little antagonization here. And now we see 2 mulligans, 3 mulligans, 4 mulligans, 5 mulligans, 6 mulligans. That's just what we needed. That's game. Hey, we just took a loss. It's the end of the month. I still haven't hit Mythic. Let's go. We're gonna need all the help we can get, right? Let's pay life for it. Oh, shoot. They need all the luck they can get. What if they beat us going down to 1? Could you imagine? Could you imagine? I think that'd be pretty funny. Let's smash and bash. Right? I guess, you know, if we ever had a chance to get this Mammoth out, it's right now. We paid life for the first one, pay life for this one, why not? I always get my lefts and rights mixed up, still as a almost 30-year-old adult. LOL. They just immediately flip on me. It's like, not even like that, the fact that they're left and right, I just like switch things. We're right into cleave here, aren't we? So this is the thing. Hashtag mammoth power. Casual 6/6 double strike NBD. Woof. Right, they know what we're playing against now is the only thing. Let's send in another heart. I'm clicking as quick as I can. Oh, really? They've got removal? That would be amazing. Right, here we are just affording them more turns rather than spamming out. I was trying to get it done as quickly as possible. I mean, they didn't have to mulligan down to 0. They could have taken 4 and be like, ah, whatever, we'll just work with it. Right? There's no need for them to have tossed all their cards and now rope us once it is done. This is absolutely amazing. Hit him with the hello, good game. If any of you are unfamiliar, that's actually how my brand started. Right? Mono red player, being savage. Didn't win as many friends, but you know, we are still here. We don't do it so much anymore. At the end of the day, I don't want to upset people, but I like to bust it out on special occasions, right? Obviously, this guy deserves it. Right? No getting around there. Or that. Let's hit him with some of the dollar reduce. Hashtag vile wings, brah. Maybe I can ruin this content creator's video, they think, or something. I don't know. Right on. And now they'll have the dignity to play another match, which I also find pretty fun. So we got the Fountain of Renewal. We got planes. Could be artifacts, right? I don't really know. It's kind of hard to judge, so let's just let it rip. Yeah, let's get after it. I'd like it because they had white with that, like the Fountain of Renewal, which produces colorless mana, and that makes me think artifacts, enchantments. So I think I'm gonna hold on to the Gemrazer. Let's start out this emote war again. We may as well do something with our time. Have you guys seen the new rotation sleeves? Oh, sorry, it's down here now. If we could get rid of the, you know, the Ravnica, the World of Spark, M20 logos from the bottom, I think these sleeves would be absolutely amazing. I'm a little bit sad that they do have the, you know, the set symbols on them. I think it makes it a little weird, but still totally fine sleeve in my opinion. I think it's great. And let's get in there tapped. We've got no play for 1. Passage is kind of neat. Speaker's gross. LOL. This match is kind of gross. What else could we talk about? If you're unfamiliar, there's a lava worm in the top right of your screen on the lava stage. Pops out there if you click it enough. Lots of the stages do have interactive features on them. It looks alright. And then, of course, the pets. Oh, you click the triangle to change them? I've not played with this guy yet. This is totally new. The purple dude. Hurrah! He just, like, the whole body breaks up, and then he goes evil. I'm not really sure I understand that. Right? He's just like... That's a very weird animation, if I'm being honest. Still cool. 2 speakers is like real good. I'm not gonna lie, that's nice. We need that land that does 1 damage. We need our Bonecrusher Giants. We need to get rid of these speakers of the heavens. 7.7% on our Bonecrusher. Spike down at 3.85%. We've reached through our Gemrazer, so if we could Gemraze onto something with tokens, make them 5/5 or 8/5/5, it should shut down the angels. And these new sleeves are from the Mastery Pass. I'm pretty sure they're from the Mastery Pass. They just popped up on my screen one day. I was just like, okay, I like that, right? Being roped again. Kaiser DK just showing the greatest that humanity has to offer. Let's get our Brushfire Elemental out. Brushfire, not Bushfire. Not that it, I mean, that's not much of a distinction there. Similar thing. I may be a higher level, is why you've not got them yet. They can't block. I am going to keep it to defend though, right? I'm happy to trade with their speakers. Send them to the grave. It makes them basically have to have a Luris. Are there any other emotes with this guy, or is just he like tears his whole body up? He's totally rocking the mushrooms hard. Like his whole back is fungified. Right? Those look like a certain brand of mushrooms as well. Well, let's play with our sand dude a little bit. This has been the most salty match I've played in a while. And they just mulliganed. I'm pretty sure before I said anything, they just went on a crazy mulligan spree. I will take... Oh, wow. Nice, they're 27. So we're in Angel Town already. Let's just get into a brand new match, maybe? Snag one of them. For long conning, I actually, yeah. I need the mammoth in play somehow. No attacks. Yeah, we're getting pummeled with damage here. I guess, I mean, this is a perfect time to engage with Twitch chat. iParagon asks if I ever play Historic, or is it mostly just Standard? Well, iParagon, I love Historic, but typically these videos don't perform as well on YouTube, and it's known as kneecapping your channel when you produce content that doesn't perform as well as your typical content, which forces a lot of the creators just to, you know, only produce standard content, which is so sad. You know, there's just so much life gained on their behalf that we're in super duper trouble. But if we pull whatever out, I forget what it's called, Ashaya, then we're in a fairly good spot. I mean, we have another passage, so we hit for 5 and 7. We Embercleave at 16 and 5 is 21. Still not enough, even if they don't block. All right, we're being roped here. We have another question. Hello, how are you doing today? I was wondering if your guide on free-to-play farming is still the same. Where should I be doing quick drafts and grabbing, or what? Yeah, where I should be doing quick drafts and grabbing everywhere I can while not opening packs. Do I wait for Zendikar, or should I just be doing Ikoria? While in my opinion, if you do not have your Mutate deck finished and you do not have your Cycle deck finished, you should be doing the Ikoria Quick Draft now, because those are the most powerful free-to-play decks that you can get access to. And we're Gonzo. So let's get into it again. I mean, yes, the Zendikar will be great, but if you don't have those two decks, I think that you should put some time in on farming them from Ikoria. Ikoria was an amazing set for free to play. This is just mono white life gain. So we're gonna take more removal, just so that doesn't happen. And you know, let's take a Razor out. Let's take a Questing Beast. Let's just trim the mana. Take a Mammoth. And well, we're playing first, so the cleave might be real good. Let's not drop too many creatures, but we'll just throw one Rebuke out. We'll take 3 of them. When we're playing first, we don't want to toss too much of our offensive capabilities out for removal. It's kind of like when your opponent plays first type of thing, in my opinion. What? We get no land, then we get all land. This is cancer. Wow. I mean, it's not the worst. Our opponent goes first. Keeping 6, tossing a Razor. Coming in tapped here. We have to pull a Forest, in which we need 2 of, so that's going to be kind of weird. They kept 7. Nice. Entering tapped with the land. Introverted Spud, thank you for the tier 1 subscription. I really appreciate that. That goes a long ways. We've got 58 subscribers now on Twitch. You know, a goal of 300, so a little bit of room for improvement. But if you've got Twitch Prime, come drop it on your boy. Appreciate it. You know, there's got to be something good coming out of this video, because it's definitely not this match. We are literally burning time to lose. It's absolutely amazing. And for those of you who are supporting the channel, whether it be on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, you can link your Discord account in the connections or integrations under the account settings, and you'll gain access by doing so. It automatically knows that you support me, and it will give you access to a VIP chat within my Discord for all of the other supporters. So it's kind of like a direct line to me, where my attention goes as a priority. So that's cool. If you wanted more of me, that's where you're gonna find it. No blocks here. Taking 1, they go to 21. Revitalize, 3 life, draw a card. 2 giants I kind of like, is the thing. But I kind of want to just like hit him with a lot. So we're going to keep those in our hand. We may as well take a hit here. It sucks that we're missing a bit of it, but at the end of the day, whatever. I guess we could have waited. We do want that secondary forest. We take any life they just gained away, right? So it takes them away from 27. We still have our removal for the speakers when they do hit, right? Introverted Spud, I hope you get past minimum wage like you mentioned in your recent video. I watch pretty much all of your videos. It's nice that you show us how we can make it without spending a fortune on all of the decks. Yeah, we've got a ton of free-to-play decks. I think free-to-play Clerics is really good. I think free-to-play Warriors is really good in Zendikar. However, I don't think they're as good as the free-to-play Mutate from Ikoria or the free-to-play Cycling from Ikoria. I think that those two free-to-play decks were just like outrageous on the power scale. You know, we had people in the top 100 using free-to-play decks, so I think that's a really rare occurrence. So Ikoria is pretty neat as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so this is nice. It goes to 2/2. We're actually going to kill it. Just keeping the devotion down. I mean, hopefully we pull a land as well. Oh, well, yeah, actually, we're going to use it as a land, definitely. The enchantment has indestructible, so we can't destroy it. But the land is just fine. Keeping them back down from 27 as much as we can. Trying to keep their devotion low. Whatever they play, we remove. This gives us a reason to Gemraze. Over top, we can also now attack with our Hellhound, which is pretty cool. Killing the lockdown, basically like they wasted their turn. Down to 13. Uh-oh, that's not 27. They've not been roping us so much. It seems like the rate of play sped up a bit. Right? I mean, we don't have much. We're down to very little. If we could pull some lands, though, Fabled Passage off the top, we're giggling. Right? A Fabled Passage, and then an Azusa. Is that what it is? Azusa? Where is she? Ashaya, not Azusa. Woof, that is a land indeed. And we will play it as such just because of the landfall triggers, right? I'm pretty sure that's lethal. Right, we have 2 damage from the Bonecrusher Giant on the back end still. Heading for 10 here. Close to lethal, not quite. Let the rope commence. Woof. Blessed be thy 25-minute match. These are 2 aggro decks as well, I want to mention, in this 30 minutes showdown. Absolutely amazing stuff. As far as making minimum wage goes, I'm actually pretty proud of that, and I'm pretty happy about it. If it can stay consistent, that's even better, right? Obviously, my channel's on like a high right now. So hopefully, either we can just never lull and just continue to grow, right? Catch up to Mr. CGB. We're not gonna throw onto the field. We already have lethal next turn. So let's just keep all these and see what they do with their turn. You know, we can instant speed stomp on the end step of them, or if they play any creatures, right? So minimum wage is all right. You know, I've been a power engineer, like oil field operator, as well as worked minimum wage jobs, and I'll tell you what, minimum wage jobs are not easy. You know, the labor class works very hard. I was obviously in construction, so it's hard work, and this is not that. Obviously, I'm working every day and not taking any days off, and there's no benefits. So there's downsides, but I have time freedom. I have you know, somewhat location freedom, right? That is up to my choice. I just have to take a little bit of time to engineer it. And yeah, there's room to grow, and that's the most important part. Because what is minimum wage today, most likely will not be next year, right? Let's keep it, just I guess in case we pull something else. Or should we just go for it? Because we have Trample. and that will just take care of it. Ooh, they need a Revitalize in hand or something to offset the damage we're about to do. Oh, the passage. Right, that's too much. That's too much. Alright. If we weren't getting roped before, we definitely will be now. Taking a mountain here. Then we can double play our Bonecrushers. Wow. Two mana from Helioid to give Linden lifelink. So they really go up to 4. See where we get. Does white have instant speed exile? Let's see it, bud. That's all I got. I even gave you the emotes. Nice. Hello and good game, Mr. Roper. Playing first. That's awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. I cannot get over the land luck we've had today. It's kind of gross. It's kind of gross, the lands we've had. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. And what's up with our opponents? Just taking their time today. Heaving 6. Tossing Symbiosis. It's nicer to pull later, obviously. You know, then we have the opportunity to use it as the Turntimber. And we're going in for a Mountains first, activating our Robber on turn 2. We mulligan, so we're going to have less cards than them, just by default. Play our Mammoth next turn. Interesting. Give him a heart for that one for sure, right? That's what they did not want to see pulled. Can we do that 3 more times? Right? Can we do that 3 more times? Stomp off the top. Let's see what else we get. Double block, I'm fine with that. Oh, no, we're both at 4. You fool. You fool. We should have played first just to disrupt their draw. My bad. My bad. My bad. We do have to cleave next turn on a 5/5 Mammoth. This is gonna be scoop. That's a big hit, baby. Mammoth cleave. Calls for some drum and bass. So you know we're playing Teemier Adventure. There's nothing fancy about it. It sucks. It just sucks. It's not good. These Gemrazers are massive value. We're just gonna keep it as is. There's not much we can fix here. Just hope we pull these Gemrazers in our opening hand with the right land. Not good. We're gonna keep it. Snag it. Oh, it feels good. I mean, we have another as well. Maybe it'll be a scoop just based off that. Taking the turn off. If we can get the Mammoth out, convert on Ashaya, it could be good. This frickin' 5/5 though. What am I thinking? They learned their lesson about the Mammoth. Maybe they won't attack now, right? Maybe they'll be like, oh, that Mammoth, we need to defend against it. Wow. That was a main phase cycle, no petty theft. We know this now. We're sitting on 3. We need 5. Still good. Taking a mountain. These are big hits, baby. We don't want to lose it. We should have killed the 1/1. That's fine. Just another body's cool. This is instant speed. So we should be fine. Radicast! What's up, my friend? How are you doing today? Fabled Passage is good for them. It isn't Bonecrusher. Bummer. They could play that as well. Ooh. That's one of our landfall tanks. We need that. They don't want to play it as a creature. They're holding something up. Paying life. Mammoth goes up. Mammoth goes up again, but it's gonna get bounced is the thing. Cards glitch out. No trample. Definitely petty theft. It is what it is. Lovestruck Beast can still block. Oh, just a giant killer. Okay. Fair enough. Can we find an Embercleave, please? Cat. Let's go into her bed. Cat. Like, oh, this seems fine. Don't mind me. Oh. Anyways, nothing but land now. We could do big hits here. Right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We only need 4, really. One, two, 1, 2, 3. Right? Oh, it's divided, so we need to do 5. We could do it for 8 and double it. Then we're not attacking. Let's go for it. Let's kill this thing. And let's kill this thing, right? I guess it didn't have to be so much. Could have been 5. I don't think it would have saved us a creature though. They get Lucky Clover, that sucks. We have to make use of this next turn. It looks like it should be pretty straightforward. Block the 8/8, we hit for, oh really? Okay. Send it up top, play it on the field. This is looking pretty good for us. I like this quite a bit. Oh, maybe I've spoke too soon. Can Omnath save the game for our opponent? No way. Just stop it. Gain 4 life, that's fine. You're on your last card, which Omnath drew. Hopefully hitting for another 8. Ooh, wow. For 12. Ooh, he gets so close. We could have played that first for more damage, you fool. 1 extra and we would have had lethal. Ugh, my bad. We're still in a great spot. We're in a great spot. That's so good. Do they take a passage? Fabled Passage? A pathway? Okay. Gaining 4 life. I don't know if that's enough. Oh, they've got Clover. They double down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, stop it. Alright, we still need to cleave off the top. 9.09% chance. Hey, as a blocker. I find that strange. Cleave off the top. They're sitting on 3 and they can do something with it. It's a frickin' borrower. Oh, that's good. That's good, baby. Top Deck City. I sell timeshares in Top Deck City if you guys are interested. The borrower is a double bounce here. Don't you dare do this to me. We lose our Soul of the Wild. We lose our Questing Beast. We still get to hit with our Bonecrusher Giant. You dog. You dog. No, we get it. Hallelujah! The land in this deck is so dang tight. Keeping 6 here. We kind of don't want to lose our Spikefield. Kind of just a bummer in general. It sucks. We'll pull another land. Right? This is such a hard call. We have no removal. If they play a snake and we play our hazard as a land, I'm gonna be so sad. We pull a second one. That actually kind of resolves that remorse within me. Let's see how it pans out. Oh no. Passage is the only way we'll get it to go. Right? I want a fourth land untapped. I want to hit these beasts on turn 4. The gargoyle doesn't actually... Oh, that threatens me. The crab's way worse than the gargoyle. We get the pathway, which means it'll work. Adventure's Gargoyle can't block unless you have 4 or more cards in hand. They've got 4, which equals blocking capabilities. Let's keep stacking landfall creatures. Passing our turn here. We do have our beast up and running next turn. Thieves Guild Enforcer. Just milling us. Not great. We're at 40 still. Down to what, 38 here or something? Yeah. That's fine. No harm, no foul. And we have a question here by Radicast. Do you play Historic by chance or just Standard? Well, Standard is the only thing I can publicly play on YouTube. I do play Historic and Brawl. However, this content is sadly behind a paywall and not publicly available on my channel just because it kneecaps it is what it's known as. Just because there's not a large enough audience for it. So the views are relatively low on that kind of content. So I still produce it because I enjoy it, and I know there are people who like it. And, you know, it's available if you are a YouTube member or a Patreon member, some shenanigans like this. I think it's easiest if you're just a YouTube member. And we've got a few videos that we've been working on rolling out. They're produced, we just have to make them public to our members. So that's actually a new thing that we've started. You know, we tried experimenting, playing Historic, playing Brawl on the channel, all this other stuff, but at the end of the day, it just kills the momentum of the channel, and, you know, I'm trying to survive. Right, minimum wage is great, but at the end of the day, it's not enough. So, if you want that kind of content, consider joining the YouTube membership program. That's a big old mill for 8, not looking good. Down to 18, yikes. This is like a lot of damage as well, right? Just trigger our landfall, I guess. They just straight up beat us here, yeah. You know, we're not blocking against that 5/5 flyer. There's no reach. Here for 4. We clean a few things up, but we just die on the backswing in the air. We get them down to 11. Let's pick up and get into the next match. So this will kill the gargoyle, and we probably don't need too many Bonecrushers. I mean, it does kill the Enforcer, but let's call it good there. Some really cool new cards in the set that I think have been overshadowed by Omnath that people haven't gotten into creating with yet. This Magmatic Chandler in the background, I think, is one of those cards. Keeping 7 here, this actually doesn't look bad. They must like their hand. I don't mind our hand. If we can draw that second forest for our beasts, we're in a very friendly spot. We hit for 6 next turn. Nice. Just crab right out of the gate. Eat dog. This is the land we needed too. Can't block, we hit for 6. Down to 13. Crab can't block the questing beast either. So we hit for 6, 10 next turn. They need to counter us, which they probably will. We have 6. If they play that rogue, it does go to 8. We're just going for it though, you know what I mean? We've got another questing beast, and that's the priority target to remove. People are salty today, what's going on? It's another big hit down to 7. And again, lethal next turn. We have the land. We have removal. We'd like nothing more than for them to spend their 4 mana. One, 2, 3, 4. We could go to 5. There's no point though. It's just a similar situation. Another heart. I'm sure they can deal with it, but let's see. The Thieves Guild Enforcer can block the questing beast, get the kill on it, and then we only hit for 6. They have to block the quest. Oh, wow, that's good. Down to 4. That removal was hot. That's a good eliminate. Wow. We have removal. If we could pull a passage, remove the Enforcer, and hit for 5. Right? Let's kill this Enforcer, see if it hits. I'm sure there's some shenanigans here that we're not going to appreciate. Oh, that opens us up. We're good to go. We are good to go. I believe that is lethal now. Let's take it into game number 3. We know they've got removal. Lots of gross removal. Some black removal too, so I'm gonna pull in the Harbinger to dodge that. And we're gonna throw... I don't like touching the land here because it's so finicky. We're gonna toss a cleave. We're gonna toss... The Rebukes did really nice. Their sorcery speeds are kind of a bummer. The Bonecrusher Giants Well, yeah, no, that's true. Just because of the 0-3 crab and stuff, we can't quite bone those out. A minute and 23 seconds. We're only dropping 2. We dropped a cleave. We like the reach quite a bit. What if they just are removing it? So let's drop 1 reach. We should keep the Hellhounds. We really shouldn't mess with that. We'll drop 1 Questing Beast. Just kind of like spreading it around. That's what I do when I can't make a decision. This is alright though. Our opponent goes first. And the hand is weird, but it actually operates on such little land. We pull a 3rd as well, which is interesting. I think we'll go in. Oh my gosh, and a passage. Let's get the Hellhound in play. Let's get the Turntimber in play. Hit for 2. Elemental, passage, and we hit for... Oh, was it 4, 8, plus 5 is 13? 3 robbers off the top as well, all with reach. Stop it. Oh, oops. We forgot our elemental. You idiot. Let's activate Questing Beast here. The land's still good, whatever. We just missed 2 damage. I'm sure there's removal. We're gonna pay life for the smashing so we can double robber next turn. Oh, missing the 2 damage hurts. This is good drops. Good drops, good drops. Single target removal only goes so far. What do they take? The elemental? Yeah, okay. Sure. We're still hitting for 6. 2 off the top. Don't mind if I do. Inventory. Don't mind if I do, Mr. Crab. Their turn down to 5. We have Embercleave available. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. So we can play this. Keep 3 up. 4 attackers. They have to do their removal now. Nope. Alrighty then. I think we had a 75% win rate. Smashing people. You know, some of that win rate included a power failure on my behalf. We did have the power go out in our first match, which is a bummer. That resulted in a loss. There's nothing we can do about it. With that being said, the win rate would have been even higher. So there's no really surprise here. That laner was able to take this up to a top 400 mythic rank. Again, huge congratulations. No small feat there. The land is light, the land is skimpy, and this is tuned to burn, baby. You want to be really careful with that land. Make sure that you're getting that 2-3 drop going and trying to get that 4 drop, right? You know, it's really going to make the wins consistent. So thank you for your time and attention. I really appreciate it. We're live on YouTube every morning at 6 a.m. At 7 we switch to Twitch, and then we're back on YouTube at 6 p.m. We're literally making content for you guys all day, every day, and not a day off in over 2 years, or coming up on 2 years at least. So if you want support financially, that would be great. I just started making minimum wage, so I'm proud of that, but I think we deserve a little bit more. I would love to, go to the dentist and things like this. Right, instead of just paying my rent. So if you want to support, I would love that. You can do so Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, and our newly incorporated Amazon link. Make sure to do all your shopping through that. I get 3%, and every dollar helps. Thank you so much for your time and attention. I appreciate each and every one of you, whether you're supporting me financially or just been enjoying the content with your time and attention. You are all key components to my success, and I'm just unloading unlimited gratitude your guys' way every time I see you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Go enjoy yourselves another video of mine, and we'll see you in a few minutes.